Morning YouTube. So with today's video, this one's going to be a little bit special because I have not been here in almost a year, and whenever I come to my father's place, the stress just melts away. And I wanted to do this video here because of the name itself. Even though that this is not a harbor, this is more of a bay, I think it suits perfectly because today we're going to be talking about bond number 9's Sag Harbor. And as usual, I'm not alone. I got my buddy Steven from the channel Redolessence. Bond number 9 Sag Harbor was launched in 2012 and it's considered an amber floral. Before I give you my take, Steven, please give us yours.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Chad, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of your channel and a part of this video on Sag Harbor by bond number 9. I really do appreciate it. So Chad was kind enough to arrange for this sample to be sent to me. And so this is Sag Harbor by bond number 9. Now I do have a lot of experience with the brand. This is one that for some reason I never purchased along the way. I looked up the note breakdown not too long ago, maybe about a week ago or something like that, when this package arrived at my place, and I started testing it immediately in anticipation for this video. So I'm very excited to have the opportunity on your platform, Chad, to get my notes and my thoughts across on this fragrance. And so thank you for giving me that opportunity. So Sag Harbor is an interesting fragrance by bond number 9. It has a lot of floral tendencies, and so it kind of has the peony in there. It also has a little bit of magnolia in there. I actually recently became acquainted with magnolia from an Hermes fragrance, part of the Un Jardin line, which I recently covered on my channel. And that fragrance kind of proved to me that I actually am a fan of magnolia. I never thought that I was a fan of too many floral ingredients besides like rose, iris, and violet, and a few others, but I actually really do like magnolia. It's very fresh, clean. It has this pure element about it, and it's one of those clean floral ingredients that I really appreciate. Now, this one actually is kind of interesting because it has ivy and it also has bay leaf. Now, I personally use bay leaf in my cooking, so did my grandmother before she passed, and bay leaf contains eugenol. Eugenol is also found in clove, so it can kind of give it this bright, minty, airy sensation about it. I don't find too much of that happening in here, but I do get a bit of that fruity sweetness, I suppose, that's coming from the grapes. And so it has this grape note in here, which I think is really interesting, but the fruity tendencies are actually kind of mild. If anything, I get more of those floral nuances, namely the magnolia and the peony, that really sort of drive through the core of this composition. So it's very smooth, it's elegant, it's a little bit on the feminine side, so definitely keep that in mind. Oftentimes I do get asked, would I recommend XYZ fragrance for men or women? And if you're thinking about fragrances that are traditionally feminine, a lot of times your mind might go to distinctly floral ingredients, and you do have quite a few of them in here. And so that is certainly in there. In the base, I also saw agarwood listed as a note. I'm not getting too much agarwood from this fragrance, but I am getting some mild, softer, more nuanced woods in the base, perhaps a little bit of sandalwood that is really adding this smooth texture to the fragrance. I actually really like this fragrance. I think it's something that I would prefer to smell on my wife, just because I do find it to be a little feminine leaning, but I like how it kind of has this clean aura about it. And of course, when you're dealing with Sag Harbor or any of the islands, whether it be Liberty Island or Coney Island or Shelter Island, and we know that Bond has expressed many of them in their own unique olfactory ways. A lot of times when you're thinking of these islands, you're thinking of the summertime, you're thinking of something kind of bright and fresh and aquatic, and I personally own Coney Island. I like that salty sort of margarita vibe that it creates. This one, on the other hand, is a little bit more on the floral side, so definitely keep that in mind. Something I would love to smell on my wife. And for me, performance-wise, I got about 6 to 7 hours on my skin. And so I did a couple of sprays. I did one here, one on my forearm. I was able to smell it for the first few hours quite well, as a matter of fact. It wasn't until that 5.5 to 6 hour mark that it started to sit closer to the skin, and then from the 6th to the 7th hour mark it kind of became a skin scent. But overall, I really enjoyed the scent. Chad, thank you again for sending me the sample. Thank you for inviting me to be on your channel. Of course, I always love discussing fragrances with you, and so you giving me that opportunity means a lot to me. So thanks again for having me. Again, my name is Steven. I have a YouTube channel called Redolessence. Chad, I'm very excited to get your thoughts on this fragrance as well.
Steven, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, and I wish that you were here. I wish that I was able to see you, man, this summer. But I know for the fact that if you and the family were here, you would love the peace and tranquility. When I'm here, I'm a different person. You have seen me stressed and wound up. I am like totally chilled and laid back. You don't see that side of me too much. Well, right now I'm getting a little bit hot because the sun is beating down on this bald dome right now. So, all right, so the note breakdown for bond number 9's Sag Harbor. Top notes are going to be ivy, bay leaf, and bergamot, and with them you'd be peony, honeysuckle, magnolia, but also grape, and the base is going to be oud or agarwood, sandalwood, and amber. So what do I get out of this one here? So initially this was going to be a decant review, but I ended up getting this one like earlier in the week because I am on holidays, but I ended up getting a good deal. In the opening, this opens up very fresh, very green, very citrusy. So you're gonna get that bergamot, which does not last all that long. But you're also gonna get the bay leaf and the ivy. I don't know if I said ivy in the note breakdown, but it's ivy and not cassis, just in case I made a mistake. It does open up very green, and that freshness, that green does retain pretty much the entire scent life. But as the scent progresses, you're gonna get a little bit less green. It's still there, but it's more in the background. But it does retain that fresh component. And a few minutes later, that's when the florals kick in. Now, I can't pick out the peony or the magnolia, the honeysuckle. I can't pick any of that out. I just get a white floral vibe. The wife could pick out peony like that. She's really good at that. But that white floral component really does amplify the femininity. This is a unisex fragrance that I find leans a lot more towards the ladies out there. And what adds something a little bit different is the grape. You know, like grapes that you eat. The grape in this is juicy. It adds a little bit more of a watery take to it, and it also adds that fruity nuance. And then towards the base, the florals are still there, but not as much. It becomes a little bit more like it becomes a little bit more woody with the sandalwood, and there's a slight amber vibe. So like an amber floral, I would say it's more of a floral aromatic to me, but that's just me. This fragrance here, it's green, fresh, woody, and floral. It is unisex, but it does dive towards the ladies, in my opinion, a whole lot more. Yet it's one that I feel comfortable wearing. And when I first tried this one out, like the decant, I'm like, this is definitely a woman's fragrance. This is no way that it's unisex. But I learned to like it. I didn't even like this fragrance, but I like it enough to get a bottle. This is spring and summertime. This is also a daily driver scent, meaning it's a very versatile fragrance. You can wear this dressing down, but I would say more of a sense of style. You know, for men out there, a nice polo or a button-up with some khaki shorts and loafers, and a lady, a summer dress would definitely go very well with this. So you can wear it to school, like more of a university scent. So like someone, if you're a younger person who has a little bit of money or gets this at a good deal, because these can be a little bit more expensive, but also you can wear it to work. I think it smells professional enough for the office. Let's say that you're like a loyalist. You really like the brand of bond number 9, and I'm just going to stick with the men out there. So guys, if you like Scent of Peace, Shea Bond, Bleecker Street, something that smells professional, and you work in the office, this is a great weekend scent for you. And ladies, this is also a great weekend scent for you. I'm not familiar with a lot of the feminine fragrances that are just catered towards the ladies that smell more professional. But ladies, if you wear something that smells more professional and a little bit more elegant at work, and you want something a little bit more chilled and laid back for the weekend, this is a great scent for you as well. This is a great brunch scent, Sunday brunch. Right here. And performance was good. I got 7 to 9 hours, and projection was more so on the moderate side. Price tag, well, Bond is known for being quite expensive. So if you were to get these retail, you're going to be spending a little bit of a price tag. And if you're scared of getting a dupe, then please buy it at the official boutique, their official website, or just where they sell these in retail stores. But I've seen these anywhere from, I believe it was 120 to 170 USD. This is a 100 ml tester bottle that I got for 150 Canadian. So when you convert that, that's about 125. I got a great deal for this one here. This one was actually on sale, and I think the original price was 180 Canadian. but I got it for $150 plus with tax included. So I got a great deal for this one here. Wife's plus one. Wife does like it. She does find it leans more so towards the ladies, and she was able to pick up the peony just like that. Yeah, she finds that this is a good daily scent that's more so suited for the ladies. In the end, what do I think? Well, clearly I like this fragrance enough to get a bottle. When I first smelled this, as I stated, this was not working out for me. So sometimes you have to give fragrances a fair chance in order for them to really work their magic. This one really worked its magic, and I really enjoy this one. Yeah, I'll admit, it does dive more so towards the feminine side, and I'm generally not very comfortable and confident enough to pull off a woman's perfume, something that smells along the lines of a woman's perfume. This does, but I feel comfortable enough to wear it. I really enjoy this one. So rating out of 5, this is gonna have to be a 4 out of 5. Very good scent, very under the radar, and just doesn't get a lot of talk about in Fragcom. So guys, that is my review, but also Steven's review of Bond No. 9's Sag Harbor. I'm gonna end it down because you got the bow coming up. So guys, if you like this very video, make sure to give me one of these. And if you want to see some other summer fragrances, then please check out both sides here. And Steven's link will be down below just in case you haven't checked them out before. So guys, we thank you for your time. Take care, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everyone.